This is the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, code provided by Capcom. This is here on PlayStation 5, specifically the Pro. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So we've got a selection of games, Capcom versus SNK, Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. You have the option for Japanese or English, you can have players 1 or 2. Then we've got Capcom vs. SNK 2 Billionaire Fighting 2001. We got Capcom Fighting Jam. We got Street Fighter 03 Upper. We got Power Stone. Power Stone 2. Moro Justice Gakuen. Star Gladiator 2 Nightmare of Bilstein. And that's kind of your package. We also have a museum, which has a selection of music and gallery items. I'm not really allowed to show much, but here's a photo just so you get an idea of what's kind of included in here. A bunch of like classic stuff, music, and then there's some fighter awards you can work towards. And of course some options, you know, English language, data collection, pretty basic stuff. Alright, let's dive in, and we're going to be showcasing the various games here so that you are able to kind of enjoy them. And then you can press game settings before it starts with your square there, and you can take a look at things like the attack speed, the timers, speed selections, and then there's also like EX settings, so free play, boot stage, original music or not. Totally up to you and how you want to go about it. So yeah, arcade versus training, we're just going to do arcade mode. And we're going to be showing off a bit of each of the several games that are available here, so you get an idea of what each of them has to offer. So it's pretty cool that we get this package here. It's similar to the first kind of package, and Capcom in general has been really good for providing a wide range of these compilation packages. So this is the touching the touchpad here. You can pull up things like the marquee card, so you can know about like combo moves. There's the moves list if you want to learn about how to fight in different ways in each of the games. Controller settings, different controller options, and display settings too. So you can do different types of wallpaper. There's none. There's different types of filters you can do over this. So you can have no filter, type A, type B, no filter, full display, 4:3, original 4:3 or wide, and then the internal resolution you can have like 2 times or whatever. So it's like it's 1080p, it's 60 FPS, and it's just like a last gen kind of, you know, I wouldn't say next gen aware, but it's just sort of a backwards compat version. And then you can do quick saves and stuff like that in order to you know, kind of battle and stuff. We're just gonna jump in, and we're gonna choose the Groove, Capcom or SNK. Let's do SNK because, you know, it's a Capcom package. Might as well give the guest a little bit of a showcase here. It will be Mai, and we'll throw in the crew. Let's do Turbo! Turbo Power. Let's fight! I don't know, it's just kind of a nice package where you get to see each of the games kind of being played in their original sort of experience, and just, you know, modernized so they can be witnessed and enjoyed once again. So there's local play for up to 2, and then there's also, well, I guess technically there's local play up to like 4. It really depends on what you're playing. Sorry, I guess I should say that a little bit better, but like usually it's 2 players, but it depends on like which the games you're playing. And then online multiplayer goes up to like 8 players, and I guess it's more like lobbies oriented, if that's something that you're into, is wanting to play online with others across a range of different combative environments. That's, you know, totally up to you and how you want to go about tackling the experience. KO. Gonna make a quick save, and then we're gonna quit and go to the next game because, well, realistically, there's a lot of games that we need to get through. Because this is a pretty full package, I would say for sure. Groove select. Let's go for the C Groove. And we'll play as, we'll put in Ryu, we'll do, I don't know, Cammy? Cammy should be here, and let's throw in Athena. Let's get to it. So each of the games obviously have their own dynamics, they have their own backstory. It's just kind of fascinating playing these like compilation packages because, you know, these games back in the day would each have their own entire, you know, like they're all games by themselves, right? And then they've become part of this package and experience where you get to enjoy all of these games together, and I think that's pretty magical. And then of course there's all the dynamics of the later, like the dynamics of each little game, right? How they do things, what the battling's like. Makes a lot of sense. Whoa, Ryu really kind of going in pretty hard there, I will say, for that victory. Okay, let's do this. Fight! Yeah, mostly just trying to give you an idea of what each of the games is like, what it looks like, what it offers, the different dynamics of them, and of course all this stuff evolved over the years, right? That's kind of the neat thing, is like each of the fighting games has its own little style, especially from like 2D era and stuff, and then getting the more dynamic, like the backdrops of this one are really quite cool. Like there's such levels of like depth to them. It's really quite interesting, genuinely. That's another KO on my side. Yeah, it's interesting because they were doing all these like crossovers too, right? You get used to like a fighting franchise, and then they'd basically come out and be like, okay, we're crossing these over, and Capcom was pretty good for that too back in the day. Like all these different compilation packages where you'd see multiple characters kind of coming together for like an epic battle of sorts. That being these fights. Who's next? Didn't even need anyone else. Mark of the Millennium 2001 fighter? Oh, this is really cool because it's like a rotating backdrop and stuff. Definitely had like neat aesthetics and vibes, but okay, we'll have to switch over to another game. As much as I like to sit here and just kind of enjoy the magic of it, we do have a lot to get to. Capcom Fighting Evolution. Let's do this. Capcom Free Play. Alright, let's get down to it. Fight! I wonder if we should like put someone else in that we don't normally fight as. So Street Fighter, Red Earth, Dark Stalkers. Oh, Felicia, of course. Wait, I know Dark Stalkers. Oh, that's so funny. Because like I've been playing these like compilation packages from like Capcom for a bit now, which is kind of funny because it's like, yeah, I'm starting to know some of the more, to me, obscure fighting series. Yeah, I remember that because I think this is like the third or fourth like fighter package I've like checked out from the company over the last couple of years or so. I really love these kind of things. Like, it's a great way to introduce people to a bunch of like older franchises and fighting franchises, because you don't even get fighter games that often anymore. Like, I know we do get a lot of fighter games, I don't want to say that, but you get what I mean, where it's like, you used to get these franchises every year, every couple years, and now it's like, maybe you'll get one fighting series a generation from a franchise. And yeah, it's such a shame, but at the same time, they definitely do a lot more building to these series and make them, you know, kind of have like long longevity with DLC characters and stuff. But yeah, the industry was certainly a different place back in the day, and I hope you're just, you know, if you're someone that was like a fan of this kind of stuff back at that time, I hope you're getting a little bit of KO, a little bit of nostalgia out of all of this stuff, right? Meow. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody else want to perish here? Fight! That's some pretty majestic kicking action going on there. Hmm. Uh-oh. I actually really like the look of that character. It's quite neat. But you could learn so many like different franchises if you're not familiar with like the different series. Because some of them you might be seeing for the first time. Mostly people are buying, at least I think, these compilations to check out like kind of a few games. And then from there they're sort of like maybe checking out other stuff to see if it sort of interests them. Capcom. Yeah, I'll throw Carrot in there. Turbo 2, let's do it. She will travel the world? You better watch out, Dan. Fight! But anyways, I think like the artwork and stuff in these games has genuinely held up quite well, like visually. Your mileage is going to vary based on how complex the game was, or like when the game was made, but I think you definitely understand what I'm saying as far as just like the level of detail and stuff for these is absolutely wonderful. You were causing some problems for me, my good friend there. KO! That's what I'm talking about. I think they call that a big win. And I'd love to dedicate more time to each of the games, but I also try to make these videos where I'm like looking at these packages to be as timely as possible. So if your particular game is not being shown, it's not or shown a lot of, it's not personal or anything. It's just as best as I can trying to be fair to be like, hey, here's how this one looks, here's how this one looks, and this is like the overall package of what you get here. And I believe I do a relatively good job on allowing you to see the games you care about and stuff to the best of my ability. And then we go to Power Stone, which is, from what I'm recalling, kind of the big ones that people were excited about was the Power Stone releases. When we did the last package, because there was a Marvel vs. Capcom fighting package, and a lot of people were very, very excited about being able to play Power Stone specifically was kind of the thing that was popping up all the time was Power Stone 1 and 2. They were like, yes! Because I guess these ones have a little bit of rarity to their style. And the wackiness of the combat being like just crazy. I think they call that a Power Stone, alright, holy. Very reactive and like it may seem simple, but for the time and stuff, just like the environments being like this, all 3D and stuff, it's really, really quite neat. I kind of wanted that sword, but, you know, whatever. Ow! I did not appreciate that in the slightest. This is madness. I love this. This is so cool. Can I get the mallet? Okay. Alright. No, we're having some problems. Okay. I feel like I went too aggressively at the beginning, and the AI is not having any of it. Okay, there we go. We got a KO against Jack. That's what I'm talking about. Let me fly away on my magic carpet. It's actually a pretty good, like, carpet effect, I gotta be honest with you. That's pretty well done. What are you, like, Grievous? Like Star Wars there going on? Holy. Alright, then we're going to Power Stone 2. This time, we're really Power Stoning. I guess Julia? I mean, it would have been neat to see Rogue kind of push forward on the next one, but... Stage select. Let's do the, this one. Sure, why not? Through the castle map we go. Oh, my bad. Wrong button. Fight! Psst. Oh, there's just some bombs going off. You know, from the picture, it looked like this would be more of an island adventure as opposed to a boat battle. This is pure chaos, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, this was, like, these games were the ones that I saw the most people in the previous collection that we checked out not too long ago being really, really excited about these ones being here in this package. Which is why I really wanted to highlight them as effectively as I could. Did I just put that person on the cross? Or I guess more of an... No, that is definitely... That is getting a little stretched out there, eh? Absolute madness. I love the chaos of this. It's so cool and very, very well done. I'd love to sit here and idle more on it, but yeah, the idling has to move on to the next game. Alright, we've got Project Justice. Let's do it. I can build any team. Let's do this. Project Justice. This is killing me. That's quite the team they got going on there. This is really neat. I'm hoping we get more, like, early kind of 3D fighting compilation games, too, over time. Does that make sense? Because we get a lot of 2D ones, but not usually a lot of the 3D. Down you go! Well, that's just mean. KO! To the moon, am I right? Yeah, I really wish we had more time to actually just sit here and go through each of these, swimsuit. Sorry, that one kills me. I wish we had more time for each of the games. Maybe I should try extending these, Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Bilstein. Yeah, maybe I should try extending these videos more. It might be a good idea in the future. Just because it's like, I think it's the right amount of time because it just sort of like whips through everything. If you get what I mean, but it also like shows you enough. Okay, now for this stage, I do want to show off what it is like if the screen is wide. Fight! But like a lot of the aspect ratios are done for a specific reason, so... Did you just counter my... Okay. I see how it is. Anyways, it's a pretty wonderful package of a little bit more complex, but like maybe slightly more niche and bizarre games. I think, you know, obviously our Power franchise, those are the ones that people are really excited about, is the Power Stone. And I can definitely see why. They're fun little things and everything. So you get a nice little museum of stuff. You get some cool music things, you get the full like experiences of these games, and you get them in a nice tight little package that's filled to the brim with action, combat, and the fun of, well, more Capcom fighting stuff, which I think is absolutely spectacular. And I believe you'll be pretty happy with what this compilation package has to offer. It's a load of fun.